This week I want to continue the series examining man's greatest fears. These are fears that psychologists generally agree to be at the root of all human fears. Today I want to focus on the fear of loss of control, meaning the fear of not being free to determine our own life circumstances and instead being at the mercy of events beyond our control. When we think about it, this fear is an irrational one because most things in this life are beyond our control. For example, I like to keep a control on my health through taking regular exercise and trying to keep an eye on my diet. However, unfortunately, there are a number of accounts of people who have done just as I do and yet contracted cancer or some other life-threatening disease. For those of you who are like me, let me say there is nothing wrong with our efforts to try and adopt a healthy lifestyle. But realistically, we all need to recognize that we are not in total control of our health, or longevity for that matter. Moving beyond health, the current pandemic, totally unanticipated this time last year, has seen many people formerly believing they were in secure jobs, in thriving industries, being put out of work, and of course, much more seriously, others losing their battle against the virus. Likewise, one only has to turn on the news to realize that we live in a complex world full of uncertainty, and just as a reminder, according to psychologists, the feelings of lack of control that this uncertainty brings is a major source of human fear. Of course, Christians are not immune from the uncertainties of this life, but the truth is that their faith gives them a totally different perspective on human existence, and so a totally different response to uncertainty. You see, Christians are not concerned with loss of control, and in fact, are only too pleased to relinquish it. At first glance, this seems a rash and irrational position to take, but let me tell you, it's one of the most rational positions anyone can take, given the uncertainties in this life. The key to becoming a Christian is relinquishing the illusion of self-control and giving control of our lives over to Jesus Christ, who just happens to be the creator of the universe and therefore the master of all human events, past, present, and future. Who better to place in the driver's seat of our lives? Let me use an analogy here. In this uncertain world, our attempts at controlling our lives are akin to a passenger in an airplane trying to fly it to its destination. Isn't it far more sensible to give control over to the pilot to reach that destination? Still with the air travel analogy, in terms of all worldly existence, for those who consciously decide to let Jesus Christ, Son of God, be their pilot, their ultimate destination is literally out of this world. This destination is eternal life in a heaven which promises there will be no more death or sorrow or crying or pain. All these things are gone forever, and that's in Revelation 21 verse 4. Regardless of life's uncertainties, Christ's followers can take comfort in a statement of King David, the main writer of the Psalms, who experienced more crises and uncertainty than most of us will ever face, yet overcame them all rather than living in fear. His response to all he faced is conveyed in Psalm 28 verse 7. The Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusts in him. If you're worried that your life is spinning out of control, which is a common feeling in uncertain times, I urge you to relinquish control to Jesus Christ by accepting his gift and placing your faith and trust in him. If you do this, your fears will be replaced by the comfort he will give you as you discover just how perfectly he directs your future, which is held in the palm of his hands.